once you get it in your blood, you can't get it out. I mean, it's just a thrill.
It's fun.
There's no sport like it.
It's just going faster, and the faster you go, the faster you want to go.
I'm 73 years old, and it's what keeps me going.
And it's just one of those things that you love the sport, so you just do it.
Try it sometime. You never know. You may bite that big worm. You might get hooked.
Now you tell me. I don't know why. I just do it. Things going on with guys that do this for a hobby. One is you want to win the race, get good at it, launch the car, have a lot of seat time, practice. It's fun to do. But the other one is to seeing how fast you can make a car go.
Got a little Model A, a little 28 Model A.
This is a 32 Chevy.
My 98 Grand Prix.
55 Chevy Bel Air.
64 Fairlane.
I think the local tracks, I mean, that's, those aren't millionaires and those aren't corporate sponsored. Those are people like me and my neighbors that, work really hard to go out and do this. And even on an 8-mile track, it's like winning a national championship when you win out there because, that's your blood, sweat, and tears. It's your hard work. It's your time away from your family. It's, it's everything.
And what determines who wins more than anything is the reaction time at the start.
Drag racing is consistency. It's having your routine and making sure you stick to it. So once you get your routine, your flow, it goes pretty easily.
I won by 0.003 of a second. That's about how much time it takes a 22 slug to get down to the end of the barrel.
Last year, one of the races, we had 12 of them that cut perfect lights, and we had to run them out 6 digits to find out who actually got the bikes. They were that close. You get a white slip, you won. If you get a yellow slip, you lost. And sometimes
you can't tell who wins from here until you see the light because it's so close.
But I actually won the pro class here a few years ago, and then I won over in Boise last year, the pro muscle class, and it is pretty cool. One year I beat a guy, he was a points leader, and he was pretty mad. He just pulled right in front of me and almost ran me off, and I'm thinking, wow, he really didn't take that good.
You just kind of have to burst their bubble. I mean, girls are getting more into the sport. There's still not a ton of women, but there's getting more and more.
Cars are a guy's sport, predominantly. It always has been. And actually, if you started visiting tracks on a weekend, there's a ton of lady racers.
The little kids love it, especially the little girls. So having them come up and say, hey, can I get your autograph? I think that's really awesome. Proving, it is a male-dominated sport, but girls can do it too.
She gets the job done. Rolls up there and hammers them, so you can like or dislike that, but we've never had a disrespect issue, I don't think. And there's an old saying in racing, I don't care if it's drag racing, road racing, whatever type of racing, first you go smooth, then you go fast. Girls are very smooth drivers. Guys want to manhandle everything and toss the car around. So when they get involved, they're usually really good at it, just getting them there.
I actually brought my wife over here just because I'm such a wonderful husband to her, and I left my race car at home just so I could wait on her hand and foot.
My husband got me into it because he's into cars. I've probably been racing 12 years.
I'm the pit bitch. Yeah, I'm the guy that runs beside her, makes her look good. I'm the guy that does every little thing that she needs.
My wife doesn't like the noise or the smell, so.
But you know how us men are, we're a lot smarter, see. If I wouldn't have got her hooked on drag racing, then I probably would have had to give up drag racing. But see, now I got her hooked on it, see, so men aren't quite as stupid as people think,
I think in the 16 years I've been racing this car, she's been out maybe 2 or 3 times. And she wrote a song about the car, and the title of the song is His Mistress. So that's the name of the car. It's my other flame, yeah. But she knows that when I'm home, I'm hers, and when I'm gone, she knows I'm safe. It's more of an addiction. It's something I like doing. I've got no excuse for it.
And it was like she was hooked on heroin. And things went more expensive after that.
She pays for that whole car, pays for the fuel for the motorhome that we travel with. To make it real clear that's not a daddy-bought toy. That is her built car. She knows every part of that car. She helps put the motors together.
This was never meant to be a race car. It was just supposed to be kind of something that we threw together to go race for a couple months until we got that going. And it was kind of one of those, well, for this much money you could do this, or for a few $100 more you could do this, and it just kind of turned into a bit of a monster.
My bookkeeper told me one day, you want me to show you how much money you've spent on that race car in the last 5 years? And I said, no.
You spend a lot of money on the car, and it's not cheap, by no stretch of imagination. Most of these motors will probably run 10, 20, 30,000 and up.
The most money I ever made with that car in a given year was maybe $3,500. And it only took me about $15,000 to make.
It's easier when you've got, millions of dollars handed to you, hand over fist, and you got pit crews, and you got, all kinds of help. When it's just you and your buddies and your cousins and your uncles or your kids helping you out, it's pretty important.
Right now, this is all volunteer, but the people that come out here and help put on this show, it's like anything else. I mean, you do it because you love to do it. There's not a lot of money in it.
This is more like a family. It's a smaller community.
I mean, the racers are just absolutely the best people in the world.
Here we know everybody.
Track personnel come up, give her a hug. Oh, you're doing so good. If she does bad, Jeff up here at staging will stop her on the return run and go, what? What was that?
Everybody talks to everybody, which I think is really great, especially since so many people have this mindset that the only people that race are these big, rude-mouthed boys that, are just these horrid people, which is not true at all.
We have made many, many, many friends over the years, all over the Northwest, clear down to Vegas.
It's good to come together with people that you haven't seen, or they're all interested in the same thing you're doing. The other part is the acceleration itself. There isn't a ride at Disneyland that you can take that will do the same thing for you as that will.
The ground shakes, and it feels like it's lifting your hat off your head when they leave the starting line. It's a sensation that you'll never forget. Your eyes will burn, your nose will run, and the smell will be there for a week, 2 weeks after. You'll still smell it.
I could sit there until the day I go deaf and listen to cars do burnouts and race up and down the racetrack all day long. I mean, I'm going to lose my hearing anyway, so what the hell.
And what's really fun is when you get to kick a Ford boy's ass.
It makes you feel pretty good. It does.
There is something about when they do the burnouts. There is something about when they're staging and they come up to the line. There's something about watching each car individually inch to get up to the line, and the anticipation of waiting for that tree to go green, and boom, when they go and their front ends lift off the ground, and you can see their front tires come clean off the ground, and they're gone, and then it's it.
This is my first race this year, and I'm
My daddy played poker in the woods, they say, back in his younger days. Prohibition was a talk, but the rich folks walked to the woods where my daddy stayed. Jugs and jars, some shiners. These old boys here, they ain't miners. They came from the 29ers that didn't take a hole in the ground to put the bottom in their face. When the dust bowl dried in the woods of Alabama, didn't see no light. My daddy played poker by a hardwood fire.